Good morning, students. Welcome back to today's session. We have studied elasticity of demand. Now today we are going to study about one of the methods of calculating price elasticity of demand, that is total expenditure method. First of all, what is mean by total expenditure? Total expenditure or total outlay is the expenditure incurred by a household on the purchase of a commodity. That is known as total expenditure. In order to calculate the total expenditure, when a consumer purchases commodity by various prices, we can have a small formula like total expenditure is equal to price into quantity. Total expenditure is equal to P into Q. This is the method of calculating price elasticity by total expenditure method. T, what is T? T means total expenditure. P for price and Q for quantity. Suppose a consumer purchases one quantity at a particular level. For example, we can say quantity purchased is 10 units. Quantity purchased is 10 units and price of that quantity is equal to 10 rupees. And in that cases, what will be the total expenditure of that consumer? It's a small thing. And in that we can directly apply the values into the formula, that is P. P is 10, rupees 10 into quantity purchased is also 10. So the total expenditure for that commodity by a single consumer is 100. So total expenditure method, this way we can find it out the total money incurred by a consumer on the purchase of a commodity. By using this method, okay, total expenditure method, we can categorize three types of elasticities. Under this, we can calculate three types of elasticities. Okay, these three types of, they are elastic demand, inelastic demand, and unitary demand. Okay, under total expenditure method, we can categorize three types of elasticities. Number one is elastic demand, inelastic demand, and unitary demand. So we can write elastic, inelastic, and unitary. All these three categories of elasticities that comes under total expenditure method can be explained with the help of a diagram. So you can draw three different diagrams here. Thereafter, I will tell you what is elastic, what is inelastic, and what is unitary. So you can just draw the diagrams. all these three diagrams: elastic, inelastic, unitary. Okay, total expenditure method. Total expenditure is the total outlay, or it is the total expenditure by a household on the purchase of a commodity. Now, according to this method, okay, we can categorize three types: elastic, inelastic, unitary, elasticities. And what is elastic demand? Elastic demand, in that cases, we look at the diagram. The three demand curve, in that cases, elastic is flatter and inelastic is more vertical, and unitary is a curve. And to understand this elastic demand, what is elastic demand? Change in quantity demanded of a commodity is greater than change in price. So it means that a falls in price can increase the total expenditure. Falls in price. In that case, suppose the price is 60 and 50. A falls in price. You look at this diagram. We can find out that 10 and 13 these are the quantities that you can write. 10 and 13 are the quantities demanded by a consumer. What does it mean? Falls in price leads to increase in total expenditure. Total expenditure is equal to P into Q. So in that cases, we can find out the total expenditure at the time of quantity demanded at rupees 60. Okay, 10 units. So we will get rupees 10 quantity, our total at rupees 10 total expenditure is equal to P into Q. Okay. 60 into 10. 60 into 10. 60 into 10 is equal to 600. So this is the total expenditure. What did I say? That falls in price leads to quantity demand, total expenditure increases. And look, by 50 rupees 50, how many quantities demanded? 30. So we can say that price is 50, quantity demanded is 30. Therefore, we can write 650. So what is happening here? 650 is the total expenditure and 600 is also the total expenditure. In two cases, a falls in price leads to increase in total expenditure. So elastic demand. What is mean by elastic demand is change in quantity demanded is more than the change in price. Change in quantity demanded is more than, this gap is more than change in price. And therefore total expenditure increases. The same cases inelastic demand or inelastic demand under total expenditure method is, okay, what we can see, falls in price. Look at this, P and P1 are the prices, Q and Q1 are the quantity, just opposite of elastic. Here change in quantity demanded is lesser than, change in quantity demanded is lesser than change in prices, just opposite of elastic. So elastic, inelastic. Now unitary cases come to that. Unitary, there is no change at all. Means whatever the changes occur in price and quantity also changes in a unitary way, in the same level. So that changes in, we can write that change in quantity demanded of a commodity is unitary to the changes in price. So that is known as unitary elasticity. So here we have studied total expenditure. What is total expenditure method? What is the small formula to find out total expenditure? And there are three categories: elastic, inelastic, unitary. Three different diagrams. Okay, when you show these differences in under total expenditure method, to show the elastic, draw the demand curve is little flatter and than vertical. Okay, whereas inelastic you can draw more vertical to the x-axis than flatter. and in unitary we can draw the straight, either a straight line or a curve in equal unitary way changes, and that is what these three types are. Is that clear? Okay. Now, all these three categories we can summarize in a single diagram. We can show total expenditure and price elasticity and in a single diagram. In a single diagram, that diagram must show the relationship between elasticity of demand and the total expenditure. So, if we draw all these three types like elastic, inelastic and unitary in a single diagram, it also reveals or it also shows the relationship between elasticity of demand and the price. Let us see how that can be shown in a single diagram. You can also draw that. Draw along with me. Okay, just look at the diagram. Total expenditure and prices. OY axis shows various levels of prices, that is P, P1, P2, P3 prices, and total expenditure in OX axis, and M and M1 are quantity demanded. So what is this diagram? We have seen that three types are elastic, inelastic and unitary. Okay, so in the first cases we can say price elasticity is greater than 1. Okay, this is a particular zone. In that cases, this is a particular zone. This A and B, then C, then D, different zones. So this first zone, zone AB, in between AB, we can find out that the quantity demanded. Okay, you see that by OP3 price, quantity demanded is OM. Okay, zone number first. OP3 price, quantity demanded is OM, whereas when the falls in prices like OP2 quantity demanded is OM1, total expenditure increases. Therefore this zone is elasticity is greater than 1. The first zone number 1, we will see elastic in nature, greater than 1. And whereas the second zone that lies between B to C, zone number second, we will see between B to C, the elasticity is equals to 1. What is happening? By OP2 price, quantity demanded is OM1. During the falls in prices, OP1, we will also see quantity is equals to OM1. There is no change. There is no change means equal changes in that cases, total expenditure. And that is why it is unitary elastic. And also in that another cases we will see zone number 3, elasticity of demand is less than 1, whereas the initial we have note that zone number 3 lies between C and D, and that zone we can make it that by OP1 price demand is OM1, and when the price falls from OP1 to OP, okay, then quantity is OM1 to OM, OM1 to OM. Okay, so this third zone is, we can say, inelastic in nature, less than 1. So this is that total expenditure and price elasticity and its categories explained in a single diagram. Okay, when it is asked, we can show all these 3 situations: elastic, elastic, unitary, inelastic by various zone. Okay, this is the first zone, second zone, and third zone. Okay, all the 3 zones according to the changes in the price we have mentioned. So this is what is different categories of price elasticity under total expenditure method. Are you clear? Just you can note it down. Okay, now we will move to the third method of calculating price elasticity, that is point method or geometric method. So you can write the third important method of calculating price elasticity of demand is point method. Put it down. Point or geometric. Point or geometric method. This is the third method. Point or geometric method. According to this method, okay, according to point method, which is also known as geometric method. According to this method, price elasticity of demand at any point on demand curve can be measured by using a simple formula. What is the formula? The price elasticity of demand under point method is equal to, we can write that price elasticity is equal to line segment below the point on the demand curve. We can write that line segment below the point, below the point on the demand curve, upon line segment above the point on the demand curve. Line segment above the point on the demand curve. Okay, what is point method? Geometric method or point method is another method of calculating price elasticity of demand. Under this method or with the help of this method, price elasticity can be calculated at any point on the demand curve. Okay, by using this formula. What is this formula? Elasticity of demand is equal to line segment below the point on the demand curve upon line segment above the point on the demand curve. Now we will come to know that, okay, the price elasticity, this can be calculated by 2 ways. One is the linear curve, using linear curve, and another one is non-linear curve. Okay, linear curve. What is linear? Linear means a straight line demand curve. Using a straight line demand curve. So we were using straight line demand curve only. Such as using straight line demand curve, we need to calculate the price elasticity by a point method. Another one is non-linear, which is not a straight line. In these two cases, how to calculate? Let us find out. If suppose the first cases, you can note it down, calculation of price elasticity by geometric method on a straight line demand curve. On a straight line demand curve. Straight line demand curve. Straight line demand curve is also known as linear. Okay, linear. Straight line demand curve. On a straight line demand curve, or we have studied 5 types of price elasticities. What are those? Okay, the values we know that infinite value, 0, less than 1, greater than 1, equals to 1. So price elasticity of demand at different points. Okay, we are going to find out on a straight line demand curve. So I am just drawing a straight line demand curve that can touch, or that touches x and y axis. Okay, for showing all these types of price elasticity under point method. Okay, so we can find out that a straight line. Okay, I am going to use a straight line demand curve that touches the y and x. Okay, this is the demand curve. Okay, this is the demand curve. So this demand curve I have given. Okay, the first point that touches here is point A. Okay, and at the case here it is also touches, and I am also given the point B, and other 3 points are exactly at the center points, then here, and here. So A, D, you can write C, D, E. So 5 points, please note it down. 5 points. O y axis you can write prices, and the O x axis you will write quantity. On a straight line demand curve, how to calculate? Formula is line segment below the point on the demand curve and line segment above the point. For in short, we can write to understand a particular point, the price elasticity of a particular point. How many points are here? Here we have 5 points. A point A, B, C, D, E. 5 points, and each point to calculate the price elasticity, we can write the small formula in this way, in a shorter form. Price elasticity of one particular point is equal to lower line segment. We can write a lower line segment upon upper line segment. Upper line segment, lower line segment. Okay, below the point is lower line segment and upper line segment. So we are going to calculate the different values, okay, of price elasticity under point method. So we are going to calculate, okay, all the 5. So let us see that what is the value of point A, B, C, D. These are the values. So in that cases, we can find it out. Price elasticity of demand at point A is equal to lower line, I am writing short, lower line segment upon upper line segment. And in that cases, lower line segment is A, B. Okay, AB. That means AB upon upper line segment is 0 only, touches here. So we will write a 0. Therefore, the value is infinite. The value is infinite. This is in the one cases. Okay, and another point B. Price elasticity at point B, same way, what is lower line means 0 upon AB, that is equal to value is 0. So we have got two values. Similarly, we will find out another 3. D, price elasticity of demand at point D is equal to line segment, lower line segment, dB upon dA, dB upon dA. That means the value is equals to 1. So here we can write the value is equals to 1, and here is equal to infinite, equal to 0. Now in two cases we have seen that one is greater than and one is less than. What is in that cases? Here we can write it is the point C will be elastic is it is equal, and also it will be greater than 1. So can we write at this point at C, that is equal to CB upon CA. CB upon CA. What does it mean? CB is greater than CA. Therefore, the value is greater than 1. The same way, E. Point E is the value is less than 1. How value is less than 1? EB upon EA. EB upon EA. So the value is less than 1. So in a single diagram, we have seen all the elasticities, all 5 elasticities using a straight line demand curve. Okay, in a linear demand curve. Okay, this is the way you can find it out all the values. And the formula is lower line segment upon upper line segment to calculate the price elasticity. The values, there are 5: infinitive, 0, equals to 1, greater than 1, and less than 1. You can just note it down, and we will move to the another calculation of a non-linear, the next one. Okay, just note it down. I think you have noted. I am going to rub. Next, we can write the heading on the non-linear demand curve. On the non-linear demand curve. Write the heading on the non-linear demand curve. One we have studied on linear demand curve. Okay, non-linear. Non-linear means the demand curve is not a straight line. In such cases, how could we calculate the price elasticity? Okay, we can measure, keep in mind, we can measure the price elasticity of demand on a demand curve which is not a straight line also, which is okay, non-linear. In that cases, what to do? How can we calculate it? We have to, first of all, we have to find it out a particular point, and we can easily, we must draw a line. Okay, we must draw a line. That line must tangent with that point which is on the demand curve, and from that we can calculate price elasticity. Okay, I will show you that. Draw the diagram. I am going to draw a non-linear demand curve. Non-linear demand curve is, it's a curve, demand curve. non-linear, not a straight line. And now I have to find out the elasticity under geometric method by a point. I am just drawing a point. This is the point A, and I have to calculate the elasticity. So what did I say? We have to draw a line. That line must tangent with this point, which is already shown on the demand curve. So I can draw a tangency line. Okay, I am drawing a tangency line towards the x and y. So AB. So I have given the name of the line is AB, and the point we can make C. AB is the line, and the point C you have to calculate. Now look at this point C. How can we calculate? Demand curve is this non-linear demand curve, and line we have to draw a line tangent with this particular point on the demand curve wherever it is. As it is in the center, so I have easily touched that tangent and drawn. Now we are going to make the price elasticity. What is the formula? Lower line segment upon, okay, price elasticity is equal to lower line segment upon upper line segment. So in that cases we will find at point C, price elasticity at point C, that is lower line. What is lower line? CB upon CA. So we will write CB upon CA. Therefore, which means CB is equals to CA. Therefore, the value is equals to 1. Unitary. Price elasticity is unitary in nature. Are you clear? So this is in that way we can calculate price elasticity if a point is on non-linear demand curve or not anywhere. So this is in one cases. Okay. In another case, if the point is anywhere, suppose the point is here or suppose the point is here, you need to draw that. You can write a line like this. For example, this is the demand curve. Okay, demand curve, and the point is suppose here. Okay, you need to draw a tangency 2. Okay, this is the tangency AB, and C is the point. You have to find it out. So look at that. What is that? Point C. We can write CB upon CA. Therefore, the value is this area is more than CA, therefore it is greater than 1. We have also seen that. Okay, all the area, okay, above this, anywhere on the demand curve, if a point is mentioned, the value will be greater than 1. Anywhere. You can find it anywhere in the demand curve. Similarly, if a point is mentioned anywhere below this C point, means it is a center which is equals to 1, and below that, anywhere, we can also make a line that is tangent with those points, and the value will be less than 1. So, less than 1, okay, equals to and greater than 1. So, in this way, we can calculate the price elasticity. Okay, price elasticity under geometric method or point method. Okay, I think we are clear. So we have discussed three types of methods. Of calculating price elasticity. Okay, price elasticity. Keep in mind that all the three methods. Okay, I have explained very clearly, and among these three methods, we have numericals, which is based on proportionate method or percentage method. In that cases, last class we had done some of the questions, and as I have told you, there are number of solved and unsolved questions in the textbooks. I think all of you have got the textbook. Now go through the textbook, read the chapter. Okay, the daily lessons you have to read it daily, and make sure that you have understood and all these three types of methods. And by next class we will be completing the elasticity of demand. Okay, it's a small chapter with a small topics, so I think it is very easy for you. Okay, then bye.